I'm joined now by John Aldersey-Williams, who's the CEO of SeaEnergy. Hello, welcome to you. Now this looks like a pretty impressive setup here. Hard to believe that this isn't actually a real-life film that we're seeing. These are images, and this is what you do best.
That's right. This is what you're looking at here is what we call the R2S service. It's a little bit like Google Street View for an oil platform. It allows the operators to virtually spend time on their platforms without incurring expensive helicopter flights, without using valuable bed space. So if we just look at the pictures for a second, what we've got here is a spherical photographic image of this particular site on the platform. And you can see it's in very high resolution, and the user can zoom in and out, and they can just by using the picture as a picture get a sense of the platform that they're planning to do some work on. They can look at this valve here and say, well, that looks pretty rusty, it's going to take a lot of stripping those nuts, or maybe it's a quick job, but it allows a high accuracy in planning of work. So the first key use for R2S is for companies to interact with their assets without using expensive helicopter flights, valuable bed space, just to be there virtually and work out what needs to get done.
Exactly, it's time, it's man-hours, it's people, it's logistics, that's all cut because of this project.
That's exactly right. And there's more detail in it than that. So on this panel here, we've got essentially the kind of map of the platform, or this particular deck of it with the red arc showing where we're looking, and then this is where we are looking, and you can see embedded in the images there are tags to underlying database. So this is a corrosion tag that says this is in our corrosion database as a yellow, so an amber, something to do but not as urgent as a red. You can also see as we flash past here, there are measurements in the system, so the users can measure things, they can survey for a job without being on the asset. If you're bidding a job as an operator, you can let 4 or 5 or 6 contractors have this imagery, and they can bid against the imagery they've got without, again, using bed spaces and helicopter flights. You as the operator get a much better quality of bid and a much tighter grouping on pricing and a much higher degree of certainty that your bidders know what they're doing.
It looks cutting-edge technology, but of course any company that develops technology and products are constantly working to make it better, and I would imagine that's what you're doing even as we look at this. You're working on the latest models.
Absolutely. We're speaking all the time with our clients about functionality improvements they're looking for. So we add features all the time, be they measurement features or comparison side-by-side features. These other windows here tie into what are the other resources that are available to the user of this model, all of the other data that the platform has, which might be the operator's own databases or lists of spares or parts required for a particular job. So they know that people who are going to work on the platform have all the information they need.
And in what areas of the world is this technology currently being used, and which markets?
Well, we started in the UK North Sea, like many companies in Aberdeen, but what we found was our bigger clients and our core clients are the super majors, so the BPs, Chevrons, Totals. They have begun to pull us internationally. So we've opened an office in Houston, where we've been doing work on Gulf of Mexico assets for those same kinds of companies. We've worked in Mexico as well for Pemex. We've worked more recently in Canada for Exxon. And we're now looking further east too, so we're now expanding eastwards and looking at opportunities in Southeast Asia, Australasia, Indonesia, even West Africa too, so it's becoming a global product.
And how much interest for the product have you had so far at offshore Europe this year?
I think what we're seeing is interest is picking up. I think a lot of people in the industry have seen that the first half of this year has been really rather quiet as budgets have been cut back a little bit. What we're seeing now is a recovery, and companies now saying, I'm back from my summer holidays, I've found I've got some budget still, and this is what I need to do to plan my work into next year. So we're seeing that recovery now picking up.
John, you've got a great product here. Thank you very much for explaining it all to us. I'm sure we could have talked a lot longer. Absolutely. It really is quite fascinating stuff. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.